Venice is one of the most iconic cities in the world, but we're here to find out what happens when you go beyond the postcards. We're spending the weekend wandering the canals, sipping local wine, hitting a few classic spots along the way, and seeing what hidden gems we can uncover. Let's get tipsy, y'all.
This is coming out of the train station. I just said to Chris, what an entrance to a city. Wowzers. We did purchase a 3-day pass for the Vaporettos.
We purchased it through Get Your Guide, and this process was super easy. We got our cards from the machines right in front of the boat terminal, scanned them, and we were sailing away to our Airbnb in a flash. After dropping our bags, we made our way to our first stop of the day.
This is Piazza San Marco. Yes, that's where you've seen in every Venice photo. It's grand, dramatic, and almost too beautiful to be real. It's been the heart of Venice for centuries, and honestly, one of the most iconic squares on the planet. Framed by ornate buildings like the Basilica and Doge's Palace, it's been the religious, political, and social hub of the city since the 9th century.
One thing to be mindful about this square is that it can flood quite a bit, especially in the fall and winter, so just keep an eye out for those raised walkways called the passerelle. They're how the locals stay dry when it floods. And in addition to the occasional water flooding, as you can see behind me, the crowds tend to flood this area too. But if you do come earlier in the day or even later at night, it's a completely different experience and it's way more peaceful. Even if it's packed, just looking up at the Basilica, hearing the bell tower chime, kind of makes the chaos feel a bit magical. It's still the pulse of the city, just with a few more selfie sticks.
Okay, so let's be real. This isn't the cheapest drink you're going to be finding in Venice, but when the view looks like this, it starts to feel like you're paying for the panorama, and the cocktail is just part of that package. La Terrazza is perched right above the Grand Canal and the hustle of the water traffic below. It's definitely more of a sip slowly and soak it in kind of spot, not a place to pregame for your night out. Pro tip though, a lot of cocktail bars in Italy don't typically open until like 5. So this spot opening early, especially in the warmer months, is a great option for drinks with a view. So yeah, it's a little overpriced, but for this view, might be worth it.
And I got a Venetian mule, so you can see the cup here is kind of adorned with all this Venetian logos or whatnot. The mule inside, obviously mule characteristics, so ginger beer, lime, but the Venetian part of it, it's white grappa, so a little bit different than the vodka taste, but there's some honey syrup in there to balance it out. It's a little bit warmer today, so this is a perfect, refreshing cocktail for that.
So I got the Italian job, which is limoncello, prosecco, basil, and lemon juice, and this is so refreshing. It is surprisingly warm out today. It said it was only going to be 75, but it feels like it's in the 80s. This is a very warm May day here, and I am very happy that my drink has ice.
The gondola has been part of Venetian life for nearly 1,000 years. It first shows up in a 1094 decree by the Doge.
But no one knows exactly when they first appeared, but by the 1400s, they were already a staple on the canals. That sleek, curved silhouette we know today, it didn't arrive until the 1800s when a boat builder designed the banana-like hull we see gliding through the canals. Back in the day, there were up to 10,000 gondolas crisscrossing across Venice. Now, only around 400 remain, and almost all are for hire by tourists. At the time of filming this, a 30-minute gondola ride cost around 90 euros during the day, and even pricier for a romantic evening ride. We did this back in 2017, so we decided to not splurge on this again. But here's the thing, you don't have to splurge on a full gondola tour to get on the water.
That's right, because for just 2 euros, you can hop on a traghetto, a no-frills gondola that ferries locals across the Grand Canal. There's no singing, just a short ride that's been part of the daily Venetian life for centuries. And why do these no-frill rides exist? Because Venice only has 4 bridges that cross the Grand Canal: the Constitution Bridge, the Accademia, the Scalzi, and the Rialto. If you're not near one of these bridges, your best bet is a traghetto. It's fast, cheap, and gives you a quick taste of life on the water. So if you're looking for something budget-friendly, but still incredibly authentic, this is one of the smartest, most local experiences you can have here in Venice. And the views, still stunning, especially when you realize you're seeing the city from the same perspective Venetians have for generations.
We have to mention one of the most iconic parts of eating in Venice, which is Cicchetti. If you've never heard of them, think of Cicchetti as Venice's answer to tapas. Small, flavorful bites served in traditional bars, all meant to be paired with a drink. But Cicchetti aren't just snacks, they're rituals. Locals hop from bar to bar before dinner, grabbing a bite, a sip, and soaking up the rhythm of the city. It's quick, tasty, and social, one of the most authentic ways to experience Venetian food. If you're visiting, here's a tip. Most Baccaris display their Cicchetti at the counter, so you can just point with what looks good. I do this all the time because I literally can't pronounce anything correctly. It's super casual and no reservations are required.
We had no intention of going to this place. We actually wanted to go to that place right there, but they were almost completely out of food and it was a little busy. So we ended up here. This was amazing. All of the Cicchettis were absolutely delicious. The wine was very reasonably priced. If you guys are coming to Venice and you want something that's really great, definitely this place. We wanted to drink along the canal and found the most perfect spot at Vino Vero.
We have no idea where we're going next. Probably gonna get lost. We're gonna put our phones away. That's kind of the point of Venice. Come along with us.
Venice is one of those rare places where getting lost isn't a mistake. It's a whole vibe. The alleys twist, streets dead end, but don't panic, you're on an island. You can only get but so lost. We have decided to just wander around and we're going down so many cute little streets and there's nobody over here. It's great. All of that walking made us work up an appetite and we stopped for dinner. We started with mussels and clams. Chris enjoyed his squid ink pasta, but my salmon was a bit dry. It was an early morning for us, so we're gonna head back to the Airbnb. We have no plans tomorrow, so I can't wait to see what we get into. Good night. For today's adventure, we are actually going to get off of the main island of Venice and head to a different island called Murano. It is Saturday in Venice. Friday was very crowded. We were thinking it might be even more crowded today, so we're actually gonna get out of the city to go explore a different place. I feel like when people go to Venice, they only ever really talk about the canals, but some of these like back areas where you can see these just little like narrow alleys that you have to wind down and you pop up, you don't know where you are. It's a lot of fun. I think part of the charm of Venice is getting lost. We have absolutely no plans on this island. This is very spontaneous for us, but a quick 10-minute boat ride over here. Boat that we took didn't have an open air standing area like some of the other ones do, which totally fine because it's a little bit colder right now because it's early in the morning.
Murano is just a short vaporetto ride from Venice, but it has a totally different energy. It's slower, much quieter, and famous for one thing: glass. Glass blowing has been happening here for over 700 years, and you can still walk into local workshops and watch artisans work their magic. No tickets, no reservations, just molten glass, a few hand tools, and a craft that's been passed down for many generations. As you wander, you'll spot sculptures made entirely of glass tucked into piazzas and street corners. And of course, Murano has canals too, just many fewer crowds. It's the perfect place to slow down, grab a drink by the water, and enjoy Venice at half the speed.
We made a game time decision that we're gonna go to Burano, which is another island. From here, it's probably 40 minutes. We are rushing to go grab another boat to head that direction. Standing room only, boats packed. We just got off the boat and we came right to this spot. When we were on the boat, we actually were looking at places to eat. We're gonna have seafood tonight for dinner. So we didn't really want seafood
for lunch. We ended up at this place called Fabbrica Birra, and they have beer, little craft brewery here, and they also have piadinas. Now we can get those in Bologna, but it's an easy, warm little sandwich that you can eat on the go if you really wanted to, but we chose to slow down and sit here for a just quick lunch before exploring the town.
If Murano is all about glass, Burano is all about color. The first thing you notice here is every house looks like it came out of a paint box. Bright pinks and yellows and blues and greens all line up along these quiet little canals. Legend has it, it's a fisherman painted their homes this way so it could spot them in the fog from the lagoon. Whether that's true or not, it's definitely the most colorful place in Venice. But it's not just about the photo ops. Burano has a strong artisan vibe too. The island is famous for its lace making, and while the tradition isn't as common as it once was, you can still find small shops and older women handcrafting lace by needle the old school way. Burano is tiny. You can explore most of it in under an hour, but it's the kind of place that you don't want to rush through. Where will we go now? We're not sure yet, but we're definitely not in a hurry.
All right, so we got some bussolai. I got the Ordanelli type, so it's a specialty to Burano. S-shaped, not sure why. It's like dense, a little bit of sweetness to it. There's not like too much flavor. It's not overpowering at all. Really good.
I'm going for the original. Here we go. It's very light and sweet. Oh yeah, it's awesome.
We are back on the boat. We're heading back to Venice.
This is the line to get on the boat now.
We have been walking and walking, and our feet are tired. So luckily for us, we found a bar. It seems that we're drinking beer today, which is fine. I think we'll probably have wine closer to dinner time, but it's nice just to have some beer.
2 hours later.
The art of winging it, you guys. Okay, so we were siestaing and we were looking for a wine bar to go to before dinner. And I ended up finding this spot just using Google as a search. It's called the Wine Shop across from Coop. Now, Coop is a grocery store here in Italy, and it is a fill up a liter of wine. You can bring your own bottle or buy one there. This might be the best deal we've ever found. The bottle to purchase was 40 cents, and to fill it was €2.60. This bottle I'm holding was €3. It was so great. It's a small little shop. It's kind of tucked away, and this was definitely like a highlight of our time here because it was just so unexpected. Now we just need to go figure out where to get some cups.
All right, so I know we showed you we just bought this bottle of wine. However, we did not factor in that it is not cold. So I think what we're gonna do is take it home with us and enjoy it at home after it's been chilled. So on the way over to the Canal neighborhood, we stopped and got some to-go spritzes. I got a select spritz. Sam got a Hugo spritz, said in Italy, a Ugo spritz. Sitting here on the Canal on the Fondamenta della Misericordia street. People watching people walk by, have their aperitivos, killing time till dinner. Cheers.
If you want to know where the Venetians go to wind down, this is it. This street is a long canal side stretch lined with casual bars and local hangouts. It's no fuss, just wine, Cicchetti, and a breeze off the water. We are off to dinner. Osteria da Alberto has been feeding Venetians since the 1920s, and it's been a local favorite ever since. We started with the sauteed mussels and then used our bread to scarpetta the most amazing lemon garlic sauce. Chris got the mixed fried seafood plate. I tried veal liver for the first time, and I was pleasantly surprised. Dinner was amazing. Definitely enjoyed what we got. We leave tomorrow, but not before a few more things that we need to go see. Now we're going to head home to get rested so that we can wake up a little bit earlier and head out and explore. We'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It is around 7:30 and we are heading to Rialto Bridge. The last couple times we've been over it, we haven't filmed too much because it was a zoo. We are hoping that nobody is there so that we can tell you guys about it. But we're heading there now. Wow.
it's empty. Look at this bridge.
You can't come to Venice and not cross the Rialto. It's kind of a rite of passage. The first version was a floating pontoon bridge built in 1173. Yes, floating. And it's been rebuilt, burned down, and redesigned more than a few times over the centuries.
The stone bridge you see today was built sometime between 1588 and 1591, and at the time, people thought it was too ambitious to last. But spoiler alert, it didn't collapse, so shout out to those Renaissance engineers.
And imagine this, for nearly 300 years, this was the only way to cross the Grand Canal. It's lined with shops now, but the spot used to be the financial and trade center of Venice. Think merchants yelling prices, spices changing hands, and money changers lined up right where the souvenir stalls are now.
Today, although it doesn't look like it, this bridge is still pure chaos, just for a lot of different reasons. Crowds moving in every single direction, shops crammed along the sides, and then suddenly that view stops you in your tracks. At sunrise or golden hour, the Grand Canal glows, and for a second, the chaos fades into something kind of magical.
It's definitely a tourist magnet today. And hey, if the crowds are a bit much, there are quieter bridges nearby with views just as good and minus the elbows. Since we bought the pass, I wanted to ride the boat this morning just to go up and down the canals, and there's nobody out. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to come to Venice, that you wake up as early as you physically can and get out here, because it's much, much nicer out this early.
This is attempt number 2 to go to one of the stores here. We went on Friday and it was just wall-to-wall people. It was at closing, which was a really bad time. So now we're trying to get there right around when they open, and hopefully we can show you guys around.
This place feels more like a storybook than a bookstore. Liberia Acqua Alta opened in early 2000, but it feels like it's been part of Venice forever, tucked into a quiet corner and overflowing with personality, literally. The name literally means high water bookstore, and yes, when Venice floods, the water actually comes in this shop. It was designed to survive the Acqua Alta, so the owner got creative. Books are stacked in bathtubs, waterproof bins, and even in old gondolas right in the middle of the store. There's a staircase made of old books in the back where you can climb up for a quiet canal view. That staircase, it's one of the reasons this place went viral on TikTok and Instagram, along with the quirky layout and, of course, the cats. Yep, there are several resident cats who basically run the place. You'll spot them lounging on books, tucked into nooks, or stretched out in a gondola like they own it. And let's be honest, they kind of do. They became part of the bookstore's charm and identity, showing up in countless social media posts because they seem totally unbothered by the rising water or all the tourists. They add in a cozy, lived-in vibe and somehow make the chaos feel calm. If you're planning to visit, try to come early like we did. Wandering through here feels like stepping into a living love letter to literature, resilience, and Venice itself. And after all that bookish magic, we're gonna head just around the corner to check out something a little different. There's a quiet spot nearby that most people walk right past, but it's one of the most uniquely placed buildings in all of Venice. Let's go.
Just a short stroll down an alleyway from the bookstore, you'll find Palazzo Tetta, a striking 14th century building that is uniquely surrounded by canals on 3 sides. Its name comes from the noble Tetta family, who settled here in the early 1600s, adding their own chapter to Venice's rich history. Though it's not open to the public, this Gothic-style palazzo is a favorite among photographers and artists thanks to its romantic, almost surreal setting. It's just another quiet reminder that in Venice, beauty often hides in the corners where water and history meet.
This spot is tucked away so well, you'd almost think Venice didn't want you to find it. Scala Contarini del Bovolo is one of the most unique architectural gems in Venice. A 15th century spiral staircase
wrapped around a cylindrical tower like something out of a fairy tale. The building itself dates back to the 1300s and was originally a noble living quarter mixed with commercial space. The Contarini family, one of Venice's oldest noble families, chose it as their residence because it's the perfect location, right between Piazza San Marco and Rialto. In 1499, Pietro Contarini commissioned the staircase, Bovolo, meaning snail, to elevate the building's elegance, literally and figuratively. It raises 26 meters and has 80 steps, spiraling through arches made of stone and exposed brick with passages connecting to the palace. Even if you don't want to go up, you can see it for free from the courtyard. But if you do want to go up for that panoramic view, it's €9 per person to climb it.
We're doing it.
The climb isn't too bad, just 80 steps, and you're rewarded with the most peaceful view of the city. No crowds, no boats, no chaos. From up here, you can spot many of the iconic landmarks that make Venice, Venice. And it really does feel like you have a bird's eye view of the city. It's one of those places where Venice feels more like a quiet dream than a tourist destination. We highly recommend stopping by.
We've had the most amazing weekend here in Venice. A lot of people, so I feel like I have to give the disclaimer, there are a lot of people, which I'm sure is no surprise. That's basically what the internet says about Venice. But if you're able to avoid some of the more touristy areas, it really is quite magical. With that being said, we are going to pop back on a train to head to Bologna. And if you enjoy this content, we really think you'd like this one here. Cheers, y'all.